Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lesedi Dawn. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a long-time subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about tips that you can put into place if you would like to become an influencer. Now, first off, I think we need to actually talk about what is an influencer before figuring out how to become one. I mean, what are we even talking about, right? So influencer marketing, that's where the term comes from. And influencer marketing is basically new age marketing where instead of brands or companies or corporates utilizing traditional forms of marketing like in the past, whether it was through radio, print, or ads, they've now moved obviously to digital, because then they've now noticed that we have an audience and our audience trusts our voice. Therefore, who better to use than the person that advocates for a specific topic, course, or is well known for a particular niche, right? So that's what being an influencer is. It's influencer marketing. And how you become an influencer, I know for a lot of people, they tend to think that it boils down to numbers. It's not always about numbers. I'm sure you've also heard of the term of being a micro influencer, which, in the global standards, being a micro influencer means having less than 100K followers. And that's a lot. That's a lot. 100,000 followers is a lot. And international standards deem that as being a micro influencer. But in the South African market or the African market, and a macro influencer is someone that probably has about 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 followers, right? The minute you go past 10K, then we start referring to you as an influencer. Not necessarily on a big scale as of yet, because obviously there's still that whole 100K that everyone is trying to work towards, but micro influencers industry wise tend to be referred to as people that have less than 10,000 followers, because obviously once you reach that 10,000 mark, you start having more benefits. Especially I'm talking about Instagram now. You start having more benefits that other people don't have access to, like the fact that you can swipe up. So that is what being an influencer is. So now jumping into the how-to part of this video. Tip number one, you're going to want to be authentic. Now, I've heard a lot of people say like, listen, okay, fine. What does that even mean? Like, everyone just keeps telling me to be authentic or just be you. The concept of just be you, it's like being you is easy. No, we're not saying being you is easy, but do you know what's harder than being you? Is trying to be someone else, because that is not sustainable. Now, when it comes to being authentic, all you gotta remember from this one point is that no one is you, and that is your power. So you gotta use that to your advantage. Just figure out how to communicate what it is that you believe and what it is that you stand for, and stand by that. Be consistent with that, and don't try and be a copycat, because you know what? If brands were to decide who to work with, they can always see who's influencing and who is being influenced. So if you want to be an influencer, I'm not saying you can't be influenced, but you gotta be a little bit original, a little bit authentic, right? Yeah. Tip number two, you are going to want to be consistent. Now, consistency means different things to different people. It could mean posting every day. It could mean posting every second day. It could mean posting twice a week. But what being consistent is not is posting once a month, because, darling, no. That is not being consistent.
If I'm a potential client or a potential brand that wants to work with you, and the last time you posted was June 2018, it's just, I feel like that account is probably not active. Maybe like that person's phone got stolen. Maybe they forgot their password. Like, that is not being consistent. Or even having posted, the last time you posted was for Valentine's. No. And it's like March, April, May, and you last posted Happy New Year. That is not being consistent. Now you need to find what works for you in terms of being consistent. But yeah, that is definitely not it.
People don't know what you love until you tell us. We won't know that you are into gardening unless if we see your plants, plant mom. We won't know that you love cooking food unless if we see you sharing some food, foodie. We will not know that you are into beauty unless if you are sharing, some of your beauty secrets with us. What foundation are you even using? Because you got such beautiful skin, right? But you're not sharing all of that, so we don't know. So you got to be very deliberate about what it is that you post and sharing those elements of who you are and what it is that you love and the areas in which you'd like to influence. So you just got to be able to ooze out, like, we must just see you and know that this girl is all about hair. This girl is all about beauty. This girl is all about cars. Like, we gotta know that. We gotta, your name has to be associated with that because you are so into it. But if you're not sharing, then we don't know. Therefore, the brands also, they don't know. And that's how they don't know you. They could know you if you were posting about it, right? But you're not. So do something about it. Be consistent and deliberate in what you put out. Tip number 3, you are going to want to harness your skills, your craft. You gotta spend some time working on it. Don't just buy foundation today, smear it on tomorrow, and say you are a beauty influencer. Yeah. Try go a little bit deeper with us. Figure out what your angle is going to be. Do you want to entertain us, or do you want to educate us, or do you want to mix the two? I will tell you this though, when it comes to harnessing your craft, you gotta be able to invest in yourself. You gotta be able to invest in your skill. You gotta be able to spend some time and actually be knowledgeable about your industry or about the area in which you want to influence. If you're all about food, please don't just show us what you're eating, but tell us also maybe the nutritional elements of that. Tell us a bit more. Tell us things that we don't know so that we can know that you are the voice. You are the one that we should trust. You are the leader in that particular area. Therefore, we can trust you. You've got influence on us. We can trust you. Trust. Building that trust comes from you being able to harness your skill, harness your craft, invest in yourself, invest in what it is that you do so that you can provide value. Because that ultimately is what brands want when they're working with you as an influencer, is value. What value do you bring to the table? What value do you bring to the table? You gotta know that. So spend some time in that area. Tip number 4, you're gonna wanna take quality pictures. Now, quality pictures does not mean book with a photographer every time. I've seen people that will work with a photographer, get very nice pictures, but they do that like twice a year. Like, how many pictures are you gonna get for twice a year? Please don't keep feeding us the same things over and over and over again from a photo shoot that you did 2 years ago. Like, we've seen those pictures, we know. Consistency and quality pictures, yes, if you can afford to, invest in yourself through photography and getting professional images, do that. But if it is not in the cards for you right now, that does not mean it's all gloom, it's all lost. It's no, you can still do something about it. Natural light, clean your lens, take some good pictures. We can see when you're being authentic with us, and people engage with that. They engage with that and they will follow you because they can see that, okay, this person is trying, né? A for effort. They will follow you because of that. So A for effort, but you gotta really try. You can't just, it's dark and you're just taking a picture and you're like, yeah, A for effort. No, that's not A for effort. Like, natural light, get a ring light if you can. Put in a little bit of effort, please. Please put in a little bit of effort in your pictures. We're not saying it must always be, like I said, they don't always have to be professional. If you can't afford a photographer all the time, that's okay. Don't wait for 6 months from now when you can, or 3 months from now when you're gonna have a shoot like 3 times a year. This is not enough pictures to go by, because remember we spoke about consistency. So you're gonna wanna be consistent. So yeah, maybe get an iPhone or your Samsung or a Huawei, or a phone that takes nice pictures. Natural light is free, hey? Like you can't even use the excuse that you don't have a ring light as the reason as to why your pictures are bad. Like, sun's out, buns out. Like, go outside, take nice pictures, stand by the window, sit by the window, take nice pictures. Take nice pictures, please. Please, please take nice pictures. Just quality and just give us something to work with. Just something. And as time goes, you'll get better. And as time goes, you'll be able to afford the photographer. Brands will find you, but they gotta find you working. And I'm not saying just be busy for the sake of being busy. I'm not saying that. But do take quality pictures so that we can see that, okay, you're trying. You're trying. A for effort. Yeah. Tip number 5, you are going to want to engage. Oh my word, I've seen people that act too big for their head too soon. When someone has like 500 followers or 1,000 followers and they post and they're just expecting people to engage with them, but they are not engaging back. No one is anyone's fan here. We are a community. So your audience is following you, yes, and you follow other people, yes. It doesn't mean that you ignore your audience and you only comment on celebrities or the people that you follow. You got to be able to engage with your audience. Remember, they're following you, and that's the brand that you're trying to build, and you want to grow that community, but you got to take them on the journey. You got to be relatable. You got to engage, man. Like, if someone's commenting on your post, please respond. Like, don't just look at the comment and be like, thanks, and not type it back. Say thanks. Tip number 6. Now, I know we spoke about being consistent in terms of posting. Tip number 6 is don't just post for the sake of posting. Now, I know it's like Lesedi, you just told me to be consistent and post, and not just post in Feb for Valentine's and again in April for Easter. You said I must post more. So if you're saying I must not post for the sake of posting, then what am I posting? Well, you are posting content that is relevant to who you are. Remember, we spoke about being authentic, being honest, and articulating what it is that you love, so that your audience can know that and they can go with you on that journey. So now when it comes to posting and not just posting for the sake of posting, you need to be able to identify what your content pillars are. Whoa, I know that might sound like a big term. Content pillars. What is that even? I just said I want to be an influencer. Now you're telling me about content pillars. Content pillars are basically like, how do I break it down? In school we had subjects, né? And you did English, you did mathematics, you did science, you did accounting, hospitality, whatever, animal husbandry, whatever subjects it is that you did, né? Those were subjects that you did, and you were scored accordingly, or rather, you had tests, and you had exams, and then you decided what you wanted to study based on that subjects. Basically, that's what a content pillar is. Your subjects or your areas of focus. Content is ideas or work or products or production. Pillars are your topics or your subjects, your areas of focus. So if you know that you're someone that loves fashion, like, oh my gosh, what I wear every day is so amazing and I need the world to see it, okay, your subject number 1 is fashion. And you're like, you know what, I got really amazing skin. Let's just be honest, I got really amazing skin, and the products I use are like really, really good for my skin. People keep asking me about my skin, so I guess I'll share beauty, right? So you got fashion, you got beauty, and you're like, you know what, me, I like being outside, I like traveling, I like hiking, man. I like adventurous things. I don't like just sitting in the house, and I know some very cute places, and I want to travel those places, and I want to share about my experiences. Ta-da! Subject number 3, travel. So those are your content pillars. Could be fashion, beauty, travel in this case, right? So those are the areas that you're going to want to focus on. Now, I know in school we had like 7 subjects if you are South African, or wherever it is that you're from. You probably had multiple subjects in school. Some have 5, some have 7, some have 10. Shoo, sounds like a lot. Do not do that with your content. Do not talk about 10 things. It's a lot, ma'am. It's a lot. We won't even know, like, Are you a foodie? Are you into fashion? Are you into beauty? We see your plants, but also you talk a lot about hair. And you see how that's a lot? Like, that's just a lot. So try and focus on just three. If it has to be more than three, maximum five. Like, ma'am, that's a lot. And our attention spans are not that widely spread. And we also have our own things going on in life. So if we are going to know you and we are going to follow you, give me one or three things to choose from as to why I should follow you. I'm following you because of your fashion. I'm following you because of your beauty. I'm following you because you're always posting really cool places to visit. And I want to save them because I also want to go there. You know, make it easy for people. 1, 2, 3, done. Don't complicate this thing. Tip number 7. You are going to want to follow the brands that you love. Now it's getting juicy. All this time I've been giving you tips to sort of grow your audience. But we haven't really gotten to the part of, okay, now I'm an influencer because I work with brands, right? So this is it. Tip number 7. Follow the brands that you love. They're not just going to find you from the blue. Yes, you could be posting the products. Yes, maybe you use that hashtag and you think they're going to search that particular hashtag. But please also just follow them so that they can notice you, because they will notice you. And when I say follow them, and this is like a very insider tip. So if you take anything from this, take this, because it'll change your life. It changed my life. So I know it works. When I say follow the brands that you love, yes, follow them on an international level as well. So I'll give an example. You can say, I love hair, so I want to follow Dark and Lovely. So I follow Dark and Lovely, or I follow ORS, which is Organic Root Stimulator, or I follow, what other hair brands do I have? Mizani, or I follow, there's a lot. But yeah, you're gonna want to follow them, yes, on an international level, but also try and see if there's a local account. Because if you are to be an influencer, you're going to probably be one in your country first. So you're gonna want to know if there's an account for your country, right? Because if they are looking for influencers, they're going to be looking here. So keep it here. Start here. Nah? If you take anything from this video, yes, you must be doing those other 6 things as well. Otherwise, tip number 7 is going to mean nothing if you're not posting and you're not trying to give us quality pictures and you're not engaging with your audience and you're not being authentic. Like, those things have to be in check first for tip number 7 to work. But tip number 7 is a pro tip. Follow the brands that you want to work with. Tip number 8. Now this is you being a little bit proactive and like nudge hint hint, like when you like someone, they gotta know that you like them back, but like someone's gotta make a move here. So a lot of people wait for brands to make a move on them, and truth is sometimes brands can come across as slow, mainly because there are so many other influencers that probably have bigger accounts, and if you're starting out, you're gonna wanna hint hint, nudge nudge, show that you're interested, show that you'd love to work with that particular brand. So tip number 8, you're gonna want to do product reviews. Now I know for some people it's like, wait up, are they not just supposed to find me? No, they're not just going to find you. Yes, you followed them, but we've actually never seen you use our product. Maybe you DM'd us because you're being proactive, right? You DM'd us and said, you know what, I really, really love your foundation. My color is number 344 caramel. Okay. We've never even seen you use our foundation, and here you are telling us your color and that you are caramel or toffee or, but like, okay, have you, like you say you like our foundation. We haven't seen you use it. You have never tagged us in anything. Like, actually this is the first time we're even aware of who you are, and it sounds like you're asking for freebies. That just seems dodge, guys. Please don't do that. That just seems dodge. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Like, you want to be professional. You're dealing with professionals. You're building a personal brand. You want to be an influencer. Please be classy as to how you go about it. Like, be tasteful. That is how you build relationships with brands. You tag them, you post, you review their products, and now they know that okay, this person is in this space. They love what we do, they love our products. They shop so nicely with the products they already have at home that are of our brand. Therefore, we know that okay, this person could be a match. Remember, you're dealing with marketers here, you're dealing with people that look at whether your audience appreciates your voice. Do they trust your voice? The pictures that you take, are they really nice? Yes, it doesn't always have to be professional. Don't incur costs that are not necessary, especially in the beginning, but show some form of enthusiasm. A for effort. We need that. We need that A for effort. Like, start somewhere. Ultimately, it's about building relationships with brands, so you got to be able to start somewhere, right? That's it for me today. I hope that you found this video very, very insightful, and that you did take some notes. If not, if maybe you're like, okay, I remember what she said but I don't remember, you can rewind or rewatch this video, take down those keynotes. I shared 8 tips that are very, very useful, tips that I use in building my personal brand, tips that I use for clients, or things that I look out for clients when selecting influencers for them as well. Yeah, I hope you found this video very, very useful. If you are new here and you just came across this video and this is sort of the content that you'd like to see or see more of, or learn as you grow your personal brand and become an influencer, whatever particular industry, subject, topic, content pillar, whatever it is that you want to focus on, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'll give you a second or 2 or 30 seconds, however long you need to do that. It's that red button at the bottom, that red button there. Do you see it? It's just there, right there. Click it. Did you? Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know what was the most outstanding tip for you in this entire video in the comment section. Let's have a chat. See you soon again. Bye.